Whispers Around the World, a Heal Our World book from SufferingWell. Chapter 16, Friendly Waters. As Ken and Fred connected again on Zoom, Fred jumped right into their ongoing conversation. So, Ken, about these water pilgrimages, have you thought about incorporating Bible studies while you're on the boat? I mean, really making it a spiritual journey for everyone involved? Ken's face lit up. That's exactly what I've been dreaming about. Fred, imagine starting the day by reading one of Paul's letters, then docking at a place he once visited. We'd explore, learn about the history, and then gather for prayer and discussion. It would bring a whole new level of understanding to his teachings. Fred nodded enthusiastically. And what if you used each stop to reflect on a specific theme from Paul's life, like courage in the face of adversity, or trusting God in uncertain times? People could go home with a deeper faith changed by the experience. Ken leaned back, his eyes shining. Yes, that's it. And I'd love to bring in some local guides at each stop to share the historical context. We'd see these places from both a biblical and a cultural perspective. It'd be a learning experience, spiritually and historically. Fred grinned. You're inspiring me, Ken. I'd love to be part of something like that. This journey of faith, seeing the world through the lens of the gospel, it just sounds so rich. They sat in silence for a moment, both contemplating the idea, each feeling a deepening sense of purpose. Ken could hardly contain his excitement. He had started with a dream, and now he could almost see it taking shape, one conversation at a time.
Hi, everybody. I know this is a very, very short chapter, but I'm not going to apologize for that. The reason it's so short is because it really contains a lot. And since it didn't take very long, I'd like to ask you to take the time you would have spent listening to a longer chapter to think about some things. In this chapter, Fred and Ken have discovered something that they can do together. Now, this has been Ken's dream for many, many years, but he hasn't been able to fulfill it. And Fred comes along, re-inspires him, and they start to work on actually making this thing happen. Do you have a dream, or do you have the resources to help someone else with their dream? If you have a dream and you feel like God's put it on your heart, ask Him to show you how to make that come true. If you have resources to help someone with a dream, ask God to show you who to help. Both parts of that equation are very, very important. The person with the dream can't make this thing that God has put on their heart happen without your help. The person with the resources can't make something happen if they don't have a dream and they don't know somebody with a dream. Just pray, ask God to show you who that other person might be. God really does work things out this way. I've had that happen before. I've seen so many other people who have had that happen also. And we have a video that we put out a month or two ago about how some of the things in this book show how people use their gifts and talents. And we had a challenge for you in that. I'd like you to go ahead and watch that video now, whether you watched it before or not, because now you have more of an idea of what we're talking about in that. Watch it. Take it seriously, you guys. This isn't just for entertainment. This is actually part of the spiritual warfare that we've been talking about in the community posts, which if you haven't seen those in the community post, there's a video. I'll put that at the end also with the links that you can click on that and you can see what we're talking about with the spiritual warfare series. All right. Spiritual warfare isn't something where you're going in with guns or you're doing something against people or being all political or anything. We explain that in there, what spiritual warfare is, what it isn't, and we're going through how we participate in spiritual warfare and why. All right, I love you all. It's been great sharing this time with you. Let us know what you're thinking of the book so far. I would really like to hear more comments as well. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.